Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so by clicking that button down below. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video. In the world of true crime, there's a case that's been making headlines lately, and it's a real head scratcher. The Fox Hollow Murders, a documentary series on Hulu, brings to light a shocking story of a serial killer and the man who was initially believed to be his accomplice. But here's the thing, the man's name is Mark Goodyear, and his story is full of twists and turns. So, did Mark Goodyear go to jail? Well, according to ABC, the answer is no. He has no criminal record linked to the Herb Baumeister case. That's not entirely true. Back in 1994, Goodyear was initially viewed as the lone survivor by law enforcement. Families of the missing gay men in the area hired a private detective to crack the case. And during his conversation with the investigator, Goodyear recounted an unusual incident involving Baumeister. According to Goodyear, he had a feeling that something wasn't quite right about him from the start. He wouldn't accept a drink from Baumeister because he seemed suspicious, and so he took the drink to the bathroom, emptied it out, washed the glass, and returned with a fresh glass of water instead. This was just the beginning of a complicated and disturbing tale. Goodyear shared with the authorities that he had a history of self-strangulation with Baumeister, using items like a tie or belt. He seemed particularly drawn to the act of choking, and he suspected that Baumeister might have taken it further with him. This made him think that Baumeister might be a murderer, but he's not sure if he's guilty. The details Goodyear shared with the authorities eventually enabled the police to crack the case open. However, inconsistencies in his account over time raised doubts about his potential role in the killings, hinting at possible complicity. Even a filmmaker specializing in paranormal topics, Jane Gerlach, found Goodyear's stories perplexing, and he posed a riddle to her in a letter. "I was never under attack. I'm not a murderer. So what exactly am I?" In the documentary series, Goodyear confesses that he lied about his connection with Baumeister, but maintains his innocence regarding any involvement in the killings. However, he reveals that his interactions with Baumeister were more frequent than initially disclosed, persisting even until Baumeister ended his own life. According to Goodyear's account, Baumeister privately bragged to him about having murdered 56 individuals. Baumeister also guided him towards a bonfire on the property, revealing that human bodies were being incinerated there at the time. Goodyear claims to have been present alongside Baumeister in Indianapolis on the fateful day when authorities discovered countless human bone remnants at Fox Hollow Farm. As Goodyear's story unfolds, it becomes clear that he's not telling the whole truth. He admits to lying about his involvement with Baumeister, but insists that he had no part in aiding Baumeister in securing victims or committing murders. He was attempting to implicate me as well, Goodyear explains. But isn't it just as true that he is now deceased? Well, it looks like we have a real life game of cat and mouse on our hands. Mark, that your story is full of inconsistencies, and it's hard to separate fact from fiction. But one thing's for sure. This case is a real head scratcher. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.